Ooh, we're gonna make custom bags.
We are. You'll see. Yeah. So, all right. Exactly. You know, we bag and tag everything, right? But sometimes it needs to be bigger, smaller, or whatever, right? The other cool thing is to reseal. Like you could actually like reseal something. Like if you do like what Dama says, you open it from the bottom, and you didn't need it, put it back in there, and just you reseal it, right? So this thingy, it has settings on the side over here, but like all you do is you hold it down, and then it's got a little light, and I don't know if you heard it click, but
Nice.
isn't that cool?
New bag.
New bag, right? Those are really thin, but like let's say this one, like watch, so. So, I mean, you could literally, you can set it higher and it will cut it too. Not only will it seal it, but it separates it, right? So now, but again, or let's say you want something and you just want to seal it, right? So it doesn't fall out or whatever, or we don't have, you can literally make it, put it in there and you seal both sides, and now it's completely sealed. And they also make, I don't have them yet, but they make like, they're long tubes. So you can take a panel, you seal one side, put the panel in there, seal the other side, and throw it on the rack. You know how you like to use the clear masking tape to protect the floor, whatever? Or like when you're building a console or when you're building something, you could put it in a bag, seal it, and put it on the rack. It's gonna be as if it's brand new, right? You'll open up the bag, it's literally air trapped in there, right? So like, you know, this is that plastic we use to make templates, right? So, but you can, same thing, right? So you just take it. Right? And that could be anything. I mean, that could be as big as you want that to be. It doesn't matter how, you know, so if we don't have the bag for it, and if you want, well, exactly. So for that's where it's coming from. For the CA kits, I want to now make like a hardware bag or something. So you could, so you know everything's in there and it's not all, well, it fell out or wasn't in there. Because you can buy this, like let's say a little tube like this. And so you boom, loaded with all your boom, and then so you could just make a bunch of hardware kits.
And you can separate it.
Yeah. So like if you ever buy like the IKEA furniture or whatever, and it comes in a long, it's partitioned. So like this is the hardware to mount the box. This is for the wires. This is for, you know, so you'll have like this one bag that does all the hardware. And then, you know, obviously you could take the green tape or you could, you know, write on it. And I mean, tell me that isn't cool. And so another use for our famous plastic. So the other one is, so this is that key cloning device. But the cool thing that it does is if you hit this, it will tell you if it has a transponder. So if you're not sure if the key has a transponder, you can just press the button. ID 4D. So it'll tell you what transponder is in there. And then if we have it, we can in essence clone it. Because you put the key in there, clone it, then you put the chip in there and clone it. Again, it's older cars, it's not gonna be anything brand new, European, whatever, but the other cool thing that it does is you press the button and then you press it again. See how it says frequency? It tells you what frequency it is.
Oh, when you press
it won't mimic it, but it'll tell you.
I didn't realize.
But more than that is, you know, the remotes that have no LED, you have no way, you don't know if the battery's dead, or let's say you put a brand new battery and it still doesn't work.
So you don't know if it's the remote.
You can press this, hit the button. If it works, you'll see the frequency and it'll tell you what it is. So like, watch. So I'm gonna hit it again. So you press it once, then you hold it. This one's 314. That one was 343, I think, or something like that, right? Something along those lines. But And then, like I said, the other option is eventually you'll be able to, for the other ones, you can clone it. You can clone like Fords, Toyotas, Chevys, you know, but more key start, basic ones, right? So I want to show you this. I've had this forever. Never used the damn thing, right? So it's one of those like mini ratchets, right? But so that allows you to switch back and forth quickly. So it's more like smaller stuff, right? But the other cool thing that I like, you can slow it down. You can slow it down. So like if you're worried about over torquing something or breaking something, you can slow it down so that it'll put it in, but it won't, you know, stop and bottom out and break something. So to me, it's really good for tight spaces. And then, like I said, the fact that you don't have to take it out, go like this while you're in there. You can, you know, flip to one way, and it's up for either one. So up one way, it goes one way. Up the other way, it reverses, right? So it allows you to. That's backwards, forward. So all within a space. So if you need to run the screw back and run it forward, you don't have to like run it forward, pull it out, turn it, put it back, try to locate it again. You know, you can do it all in one shot. Does that make sense? Right? What do you think? Yeah, so it's going to be, you know, we'll put it on the mechanical cart and just know that, you know, we have it, especially for all the little stuff or those real tight, like that Defender. Remember the Defender where the subwoofer under the driver's seat, where the one bolt in the back that you're like, man, it's almost impossible to get in there. Not sure if this would work. We can try it, right? All right, so the other ones are these damn Torque Plus, right? So this damn, so they look like Torques, but they have a squared off end on them, right? The normal Torques, it's a narrower round end on it, a squared off end. And then there is two of them. There's a 6-point and a 5-point. Now this is not only is this 5-point, but it's 5-point tamper proof. So it has that one pin in the middle that if you don't have the hole, like this one doesn't, you can't get it on there, right? So just keep in mind that like, so that Lincoln, and I don't know, I'm not sure what other cars, we have them now, you know? So instead of trying to like do it, because you can do it on, sometimes you can get away with like sneaking Torques. Like if we had a, what would it have been, like a 55 or no, 55 was too loose, wasn't it?
No, I don't think we had the, no, I don't think we had.
We had a 50. I think we had a 50 and we needed a 55 or something like that. Yeah, you could probably get away with it, but you're gonna mar up the bolt because it's not seating, it's just kind of grabbing and you're forcing it the one way, and then to put it on, you're gonna kind of grab it and force it the other way. So
mess up your bid.
And it'll destroy. Yeah. So I mean, just use the right tool. And same thing, we'll throw that on the mechanical too. And then I was showing you about this. This is that aluminum. I ordered it in bigger sheets. So the nice thing is you can bend it. So you can just literally, I mean, you see, I can, and you could just put a dent in it. So if you need it to conform to a panel, you can put it in there. You make your template, put it on here. You can draw roughly where your bends are, kind of the way we do cardboard. You know how you draw your bend, and you could draw it on your template. And then even on the brake, you could put a couple small bends, put it in the car, and then the last of it kind of tweak it by hand. And then you can use these holes to drill some holes to plush nut it and bolt it in place. And then we would deaden it. So it'd be like a block off plate, but, and then, like I said, you would just probably deaden both sides and it would be like a access panel. And then, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think that would work pretty good, right? Cool. Any other uses that you guys could think of for this?
Oh, when we make like templates for like weird adapters for the tweeters or something like that, you could bag it once you're done with the car, or even like when we do the lasers to make all the acrylics.
Oh,
Small, well, they could be big, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you know how sometimes we have like 4 or 5 pieces
for
in one car?
For one car.
You just bag it, and tag it. And
Yeah, because otherwise it's just sitting rolled up in a bin, or we have green tape or something.
Yeah.
But if it falls out of the green tape,
screwed.
that's a good idea. I like that a lot, because then it'll stay together.
Next time you use it, open it up, and then same thing, just bag it.
Put it and seal it again and throw it back on the wall. Yeah, and then like you said, the nice thing is you can make it whatever size you want, because the only problem, because the reason we didn't do that before is because you would need like a Ziploc that's this long or whatever. But again, if we get those rolls, you can literally take the roll and make whatever size bag. They have 3-inch rolls, 2-inch rolls, 16-inch. This 16-inch roll. I mean, this should fit a 16-inch bag. You should be able to fit almost A-pillar, runners, door sills, kind of almost anything at least in that regard. We would need bigger if you wanted to do like a door panel or another panel, but I mean, at least this gives you in the ballpark. What do you think?
Like it.
Cool? All right. Thank you.
Visit our website at showtimeaudiochicago.com.